Spinner Swallow Beer Review. Shagdog's here. I did this one once before, but I still haven't uploaded it. I did it back in like February, and I just realized a couple unrecorded or recorded videos we did back in February I never did upload. But there's a certain reason why I didn't do that. I'm saving it for December, actually. So, but do it. Pernicious Indian Pale Ale IPA by Wicked Weed Brewing. Unbeknownst to me, I don't drink Wicked Weed Brewing all the time. This was acquired by InBev Wicked Weed back in 2017, which I didn't know, but it's still supposedly brewed in Asheville, North Carolina. So this one is a Beer Advocate. It's a 94 on Beer Advocate, though, so pretty high. 7.3% ABV. It's considered an American IPA. Wicked Weed Brewing. So let's try it. I did it once. I thought it was all right, but that was a long time ago. February, so not real long ago, but Jammer did a couple solo videos, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. So I figured, I got a couple beers. I'll do a couple live ones. I got a couple that we recorded, a couple live ones that we did about a week and a half ago or a week ago, but I want to edit them because they went way off track with some viewers we had. So what are you going to do, right? That's the dilemma of going live. Sometimes you come across some people who don't like you or don't get you. Yeah, but nice can. It's got pernicious, which means harmful, right? Pernicious means harmful. And it has these weird little looking, you can see like a weird looking bug, but it's supposed to be like a hop, but with legs. And yeah, very good artwork. So it's a 16-ounce can or something like that. I don't know. A little bit of head left, less than a pinky. It's cloudy, hazy, kind of a gold, but maybe a slight orange or amber in there. And looks all right. Smells fruity, juicy. Even though it's an American IPA, it is a juicy, fruity. I'm not picking up a lot of pine or maybe a hint of pine or grapefruit, but mostly it's like a juicy fruit, like a Wrigley's juicy fruit. But let's go ahead and give it a taste. Yeah, juicy, fruity. It does have more of the taste and the smell of a grapefruit. Very light pine, but more of a grapefruit than a pine, I think. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I picked this one up and I picked up another one. I was like, man, I did these two before. And I'm looking on the YouTube channel. I'm like, I can't find them. So I said, well, I'll buy them anyhow. I thought I did them. So maybe I did it on a Drinking and Thinking or something. Didn't put it down on the title, yeah. And lo and behold, I find it on my computer. I recorded it, never uploaded it. Both beers. So, but I was with a couple beers that Jammer did, and I said, you know what? Back in February, March, I was like, you know what? These are like seasonal beers for winter. So I said, I'm going to just save these till November, December comes around again, and then upload them. So forgive me. So you see this one, and then in a few months, you're going to see the other one I did back in February of 2023. So it's not bad. It does have flavor. Hoppiness. It's not overly hoppy. I don't know what the IBUs are. I don't think they say on the can. Hop delivery vehicle is crafted to enjoy the fresh and I can't read that crap. Should have brought my glasses. Anyhow, don't say nothing about the IBUs though. It's not overly hoppy. Yeah, it's an easy drinking IPA. I mean, it's got all the elements there, the hoppiness, a little fruitiness, a little grapefruity pine, but it's all low and mellow, yeah. It's not harmful at all. I don't know why they call it pernicious. Although, if you read what I got down in the description, and I'll read a little bit of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but in the description for the notes of this beer, pernicious implies influence that is harmful in a way not easily noticed. And it says this beer is harmful not because of overwhelming hot bitterness, but because its balanced brightness insidiously ruins your expectation for other IPAs. So basically saying it's harmful because it's going to ruin your expectations for other IPAs. Yeah. And basically blah, 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 the harm is done. Yeah. It's not bad. I'm going to try to kill this beer though. Let me pour the rest of that can in. Don't overflow. Yeah, I was up early this morning, around 2:30 in the morning. It is now 1:15 in the afternoon. I went because the liquor stores I have around this area, pretty good size area, metropolitan area. But the liquor stores over on the other side of the bridge, the main part of town, they might have 5 or 6. Like I went there last week and single Oktoberfest and pumpkin beers, I could only get, I mean, they probably had about 10 pumpkin beers, but I did about almost all of them. So I grabbed the 4 or 5 I haven't done. And the same with the Oktoberfest. They didn't even have a big Oktoberfest selection. So I grabbed like 4 or 5 out of those like 6 or 8 they had. Yeah. So I said, well, my main store is up in Columbia, South Carolina. And I know they have a bigger selection. And they actually didn't have that big. Maybe I went too early. I mean, it's September, 15th? You figure a lot of, but they did have a lot of Oktoberfest in the 6-packs and 12-packs that they didn't bust out to singles yet. So maybe they're waiting to see if they sell. But, oh well. Yeah, that kind of sucks because some are making a sell and then they're going to just sell them the singles. And instead of, if say the 12-pack averages $2 a beer, they're going to jack the price up to $3 or $4 for the single beer. So what can you do, right? That's probably why the one time Jammer went shopping a couple months ago for summer beers, he still saw Halloween or fall seasonals and winter seasonals on the shelves still. That's because they don't sell them probably during the time, so then they sell them as singles afterwards. But nobody's going to buy them afterwards because the time of the season is over. Let's try to chug this. And I saw the same thing. Not a lot, but I saw a couple winter seasonal beers there. That probably from last year. They don't come out until like November. So they had to be from last year. I even bought a Christmas themed beer last week when I went shopping. It was a peppermint type beer, peppermint stout, I think. So I was like, man, I better get it because I might not see it again. So I grabbed that one. So it's probably about a year old. Oh, well, what can you do, right? But yeah, I was hoping to get a couple more beers that Jammer had. And they had a couple of the beers that Jammer has. Some pumpkins and Oktoberfest that he has. But they had them in the 12-pack or the 6-packs. And I'm not, or in variety packs. I'm like, I'm not buying a variety pack or a 6-pack just to get one beer to try it for a review. I won't do it. So now if they have a variety pack that had 6 different beers in it with 2 beers of each one, then I might get the variety pack. So at least I get 6 reviews out of it. But with one, it only has 3 or 4. Some of them even have only 3 beers, like 4 of each guy. I'm like, that's really stupid. And then you got the one company, Sam Adams, they got the Boston Lager back in there all the time. I'm not going to buy a variety pack to get 1 beer, maybe 2, and have Boston Lager all the time. Yeah, go back to this beer. Smooth, easy IPA. I mean, I'm not a big IPA fan. This one's really easy to drink. That's probably why they sell it at a lot of convenience stores now, because it's like a singles in the cooler area. That's where I got it from, was like a gas station. So along with the Voodoo Ranger, like juicy fruits and all that, I'm seeing these and a couple other ones. Probably because they're somewhat easy to drink IPAs and high alcohol content. So people are like, yeah, I mean, it's not like 8% like some of the malt beverages, but it's close enough. It's 7.3. So some people are like, well, let me try it, 7.3. I don't like this IPA stuff. And then they try it, they're like, well, this one's not too bad. Maybe. And again, they might not like it. I mean, it is an IPA. You can tell when you drink it. It's just not very prevalent in all the. It has a lot of the flavors there, but not like overbearing, you know. Yeah. It even leaves an aftertaste, almost like a floral, grassy aftertaste. So I'm not sure if that's some of the hops they're using. But pretty good. Yeah. The Jammer, I noticed, just did a bunch of reviews. He's got a lot of those, like, what the heck, Bacardi mixer drinks or whatever, where it's real rum in a can or whatever. So that's interesting. I did a couple of them. I'm not sure if I was having internet problems last night when I was trying to watch them, or because a couple more uploading correctly, but I'll have to try them again later. So I do have to upload a few videos that we did last week. I just want to edit some things out of them. They're actually on YouTube already. It's just I have them on private so I could edit some things off. And then there's one or two videos me and Jammer actually recorded last week, or just this week, which I still got to edit. Then he did the ones yesterday live. So, yeah, it works out fine. These ones I'm hoping to get done, clean slate on these beer reviews. I'm going to do about 2 or 3, maybe 4. And then I'm not going to edit them or anything. They're going up. No edit. Live. Prime time. Hey, good beer. I wouldn't give this a 90 per se. But let me go ahead and grade it. Get the grade out of the way for y'all. 90, I think that's putting it too high. I mean, it's an easy drinking IPA. I don't think I would go, or 94 they got on Beer Advocate. That's pretty high. I probably wouldn't go that high. I'd say a B plus and a swallow. There you go. I'd put it what, mid-range, 80s, high 80s, somewhere around there. Not bad. But thanks for the guy whoever watched us last week. And then he posted on, I think it was his Twitter account, something about watch these two old guys, nothing to do, and something about our midlife or two losers. Something about basically us being older. We don't do nothing with our lives. This, I don't know, some horrible comment. And I guess people started popping in because of it. That's great. We got views. Of course, a lot of them were leaving comments. I did give a couple of good comebacks. I'll come on here and mess with the Shagdog. I mean, I'm nobody. I'm usually not one of those people like give you burns and stuff like that. I'd rather knock your ass out. But I got a couple of quips to come back with. And I was trying to be nice at first too. I was like, "Hey, well, thanks for watching." Comments coming on there. Hey, someone posted on Twitter. Come out, check out the two losers, two old midlife crisis dude, or whatever the hell they said. And I said, "Well," and they said, "That's right." It looked like they were right. I said, "Well, thanks for watching and commenting." And then they kept going. And then after about a couple of comments, I got probably a little upset. I probably got triggered a little bit. I mean, we don't have too many people coming out here and comment with negative comments, so I overreacted. Yes. So I try not to do that. And I'm thinking it's somebody from the My True Review account. I don't think it's somebody from YouTube that came on. It could be somebody from YouTube that's not subscribed to us. But I recall one time me and Jammer were doing beer reviews connected to the My True Review Facebook page, and somebody on there was talking smack or something. So I was like, man, you got somebody that's an idiot on the My True Review page is what it is. But that's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anything else in the news? Good news. Not bad news. I'm trying to think of good news. Anything good? Anything good? Nothing really good at all. Town I used to live in Florida. It probably won't be in. I don't think it'll be national news. But there's a big high school brawl, because I'm sure this happens high school all over the place. But this had supposedly. I mean, I heard different accounts where it had 4 or 5 different fights going on in high school, but one account, and somebody had video on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. There was 14 different fights going on, fist fights. I'm not sure what was up with that, but of course, somehow the school got the law enforcement to get YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook to block all these videos somehow. I'm like, well, that's BS. I didn't get a chance to see it. Oh, well. And I don't think it'll be on national news. But a lot of parents are upset because the school is just saying it's private matter. And then someone said, no, it's not a private matter. It's a public school. And we demand to know what happens if our kids are going to school there. And then they said, well, don't worry. It's been taken care of. The students involved have been disciplined. These parents want to know, well, what was discipline mean? Are they suspended from school for 2 days, 3 days, 5 days? Did you expel them? Are they being arrested? I mean, that's pretty crappy to get stuff taken off all these social accounts and not telling parents what actually happened. That's pretty crappy right there. Anyhow. Maybe I need to go to the local congressman who my family is in touch with his family. I don't know him personally, but maybe I should go through family connections and find out if he could find out what happened. Oh, well. Hey, Spinner Swallow beer review. Yeah, Pernicious, however you want to pronounce it. IPA. Not bad. Wicked Weed Brewing, owned by InBev. Not a good thing, but maybe InBev isn't putting their nose too much into the Wicked Weed Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina. It's becoming the East Coast mecca of brewing. Of course, with InBev involved in that area, that puts a little like a black eye in the area, right? But not really, because they do have good brewers in that area. In that area, Asheville Brewing Company, different companies like Sierra Nevada have a brew pub or whatever. There, other companies, from what I heard, yeah. So it's really the mecca of the East Coast of brewing. Why do we say Mecca, though? How come we don't say it's the Jerusalem of the East Coast for brewing? How come you don't say Jerusalem or Rome? It's the Rome of the East Coast for brewing. Why is it Mecca? Somebody explain that one to me. You win a prize if you come up with a good answer. It'll be a shout-out prize. Yeah, thanks to all my homies at work for supporting me in the beer review. Baby G, we need you back. I know you're watching. We need you back there. I know it's a frustrating job. You just got to suck it up and do it. Come on in. Anyhow, if you are watching, yeah, really come in. I know. Take some time off. I keep taking as much time as you can off. Yeah, another one of my cousins, a step cousin actually, but we've known each other since we were little kids. Like 7 years old, 6 or 7. Well, I was 6 or 7. He was like, he was about 6. I was probably 7. Step cousin, but my mother was married to his uncle. So my stepfather was his uncle. So we called cousins each other all of our lives. He passed away last beginning of August. And then his uncle died 2 days ago. So I'm sure his mom is not the uncle that was my stepfather, but his mom. The uncle that was my stepfather was his great uncle. His mother's brother died 2 days ago. So his mother's going through a rough time. I know a lot of people that passed away this summer. So and I remember him too, Uncle Eddie. But no, it was Uncle Dean. Yeah, the other brother. Yeah, so he was cool. He babysat us a couple times when we were kids. I mean, his brother was an asshole, but he was all right, So him, my step cousin, I had one of my best friends from when I was a kid. His sister passed away back in July. It's been a rough summer. Now, Uncle Dean, I wasn't close to him. I haven't seen him since like I was 9 years old, 10 years old. But my step cousin, especially back when we were kids, not super duper close, but pretty close. We lived right next door to each other, and at least for a couple of years. And then my friend's sister, I was kind of close to her childhood crush from the time I was like 12 till I was like 14 or something. So, I haven't seen her though since I was like 15 or 16, but maybe 17. Yeah, man, people just keep dropping. I guess that's what happens when you get older. People drop. They say your circle of friends, or whatever you want to call it, and family gets smaller and smaller as you get older. So you can imagine somebody's in their 80s or 90s. Besides their children and grandchildren, anybody's like their age, man, small. Siblings, cousins, friends from high school. Because, I look now, God, I can't even think of how many people I went to high school with that have died already before the age of 50. A lot of them died before the age of 40. Didn't even see 40. Wow, let's stop talking about death, right? Yeah. Let's stop talking about death. I don't think that's the I don't think that's the purge siren, right? That's more of the Death Star siren, I think. What's the purge siren sound like? Station alert. I thought there was a purge. Maybe that was the purge too. That sounded more like the Death Star alert. Let's see what the purge siren sounds like. Purge siren, YouTube. Let's check it on YouTube, see if they get on there. That's the purge. Can't hear that one. Oh. My computer get slow. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this internet. I can't hear that, but that's okay. I like the purge. The audio on it's kind of crappy though. Yeah, the purge. I tell you what, if you haven't seen that last purge when it came out, what was it? It was called Purge Forever Purge. That was pretty good. I like that one. It was all right. Pretty good movie. What am I watching now? Oh, I started watching season 2 of finally came back out. It's been like 2 years, hasn't it? Of Heels, wrestling show on, I think it's on Stars or Showtime. I can't remember, one or the other. Heels, like wrestling heels, faces, heels. It's pretty good. I like it. Matter of fact, I want to get a DW, the Duffy Wrestling League, DWL, something like that. Maybe get a T-shirt with that. Yeah. Pretty good show. Not the greatest show ever, but it's all right for a wrestling series. Yeah, small indie wrestling, and they're going up against a little bit of a bigger indie wrestling. This is like small town Duffy, Georgia, fake town. It's not even real. Against wrestling, it's called Florida Dystopian Wrestling or some crap like that, which is in Jacksonville, a little bit bigger of an indie wrestling, fake. They're not real, but yeah, it's pretty good. I like the show. I love wrestling. Yeah, I like classic wrestling. Now WWE, I even went through. I was like, who's on the WWE 2K23 game, the roster? I just want to see who the legends were, and they're showing all these current wrestlers, or if they were, I know the what's the name just recently passed, so he's on the game now. But Mike Rotundo's kid, I forget his name, Bray Wyatt, something like that. His real name was Wyndham Rotundo, right? Yeah. It's Barry Windham's nephew, Mike Rotundo's son. Mike Rotundo is married to Barry Windham's sister. Yeah. I know he passed away recently. Probably a day or two right after Terry Funk died, too. Took all the crap away from Terry Funk, because a lot of younger people that probably don't even know who Terry Funk is, probably. So Terry Funk died, and it was like a day later, 2 days later, I forget, Bray Wyatt, is that his name? He died, and then you didn't hear about Terry Funk again. No things for Terry Funk. Yeah, what can you do, right? He took the funk away from Terry Funk. Terry Funk was okay. I wasn't a big Terry Funk fan, but I mean, looking back, I mean, yeah, he did have his what do you call that? Yeah, Terry Funk was fun to watch. I thought, looking back when I watched some old WCW, or was he ever in WWE? I think he was at one time. Let's check. Let's Google that. Was Terry Funk ever in the WWF?
According to Wikipedia, Funk made his return to the WWF on the December 29th, 1997 episode of Raw as the Masked Chainsaw Charlie.
I think he was there back in the old Hogan days.
Was wrestling under his Cactus Jack persona.
Didn't Terry Funk, was he with Roddy Piper, or was that somebody else that fought against it might have been somebody else that fought against Hogan and Mr. T. Yeah, I think that was somebody else. Let's see. Return to WWF, okay. International Japan, World Championship Wrestling, 89, 90, 94. 89, 90 to 94. He's been around. World Wrestling Federation, 85, 86. All right. Jimmy Hart. Himself, Hoss Funk, and Jimmy Jack Funk, storyline brother. So he had a brother in WWE, fake brother called Jimmy Jack Funk. They were managed by Jimmy Hart. At the time, he had a heated rivalry with the Junkyard Dog. And that was about, and then Tito Santana. All right. All Japan way back in the day. Yeah, I mean, Terry Funk was in Japan for a long time. Championship Wrestling, I think was that Florida or Georgia? Georgia? I don't know. 70 to 82. And then he was in All Japan Wrestling from 72 to 91. And I think Snuka used to tag team with him in Japan. And yeah, he was in Japan for a long time. And Funk was, God, this video is getting too long. Funk was a hardcore. I mean, back then, in those days, they probably didn't call it hardcore until like the 90s or whatever. But I mean, he's been hardcore all along. Him, one of the innovators of hardcore wrestling, probably. People like him, and who's the guy who said the chain got killed down in Puerto Rico? Yeah, him. Can't remember his name right now. Man, we finish our beers in a Spit or Swallow beer review. That's why I'm taking so long. I should have just cut this off when the beer review was done for your viewing pleasure. But some of you like to watch and hear stories, so that's okay with me. Some people said we should take the shades off because if you see someone's eyes like you are right now, which I would have to look at the lens because I'm all looking up here, but see someone's eyes, you can see their heart and their soul. So I need to start doing that. Me and Jammer is going to have to find a way to show our eyes. We've been doing this for so long, people aren't used to our eyes, but maybe it'll bring a new following. Maybe keep the mustache, take the shades off. Or just wear the shades like this all the time. I don't know. Yeah, I better get busy. 31 minutes, holy shit. Man, that's what happens when I drink out of these 16-ounce cans. That's extra 4 ounces. I think it was 16.9 or one of those type of things, right? I mean, it's 16-ounce glass. I couldn't even fit it all in there. I don't know what size it is. That's what she said. All right, let's chug this down, get this over with. Maybe I'm going to have to edit this one down, too. Try to get it down to like 20 minutes at least. Jesus. I won't be able to do it. I got too much stuff, good stuff on here to edit it down. That's the problem. I just have too much important stuff to say. Yeah. They say if you make a face like that, not that bad, but, like a wild face, and you have that as your thumbnail, that is what garners views, basically, right there. It's kind of like the porno thumbnails, where they got the eyes wide open and all that. Jesus, just bust in here. So let's chug this one down, get it over with. We're almost there. Yeah, you bust in on me when I was about to say. I was talking about thumbnails. I'm still going on live right now, but I was talking about thumbnails, and they say a lot of people, they get views based on their thumbnails. That's a little picture of the video, before you click on it, and people will look at something like this beer and have their eyes wide open, like a look of surprise like this. Look. Like that or something. Looking at something. That's the picture on the video. Of course, I can't do it good, but I was about to, right when you walked in, I said, yeah, it's kind of like the thumbnails for porno videos where the girl's looking at the thingy, and she's like, that's right when you bust in. So I didn't get to finish it.
What the hell? I gotta figure out what I gotta take downstairs.
Shh, time out. I'm on video. Time out, kid. Time out. Go to your room. Well, I guess that'll do it for this one. Oh, I got a little drop left in there. I didn't notice that. Yeah, Pernicious, whatever. IPA. Pretty good. It's the second time I had it. I think I liked it the first time, too. For an IPA, it's pretty good. Coming up soon, me and Jammer, Oktoberfest. It's our fall Oktoberfest. Plenty of pumpkin beers, Oktoberfest beers, and I even have a couple. We have a couple fall season. We have one that's like I don't know if it's a new thing or what. It's called Flannel. I got a certain brand's Flannel beer, and Jammer has another beer company's Flannel beer. So we'll probably do those together. And pumpkin Oktoberfest, and I got one chocolate peanut butter Halloween beer and a stout that could be used for Halloween, I guess. It's got like a voodoo skull thing going on the label. So that'll be it for this one. Shagdog Spit or Swallow beer review. We'll see you on the next. Oh, let me chug that down. Oh, hold on. Should have done that like 10 minutes ago. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you on the next one.